Hello, friends. Welcome to the fourth edition of Lifft India Filmotsav and Awards World Cinefest 2020. We are in conversation with Ms. Bianca and Anna. They are the creators of the film Quarantine. It's a micro short film from US. Hi, Bianca. Hi, Anna. Welcome to the Lifft India.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for joining. Hi, Sahitya.
Hello.
Bianca Sahitya, as you would know, that he is on a selection panel and he is the first line person who's responsible for selecting the films for our festival. So I would request Sahitya to start with the conversation and put his questions to you.
Sure. First of all, thank you for sending your film to us, and we really enjoyed it, and hence we selected it. I would like to ask Anna first. Where did the idea of this film come, and how did you go about writing it? And
Okay.
once you wrote it, how did you convince Bianca to make it?
Well, actually, it was the other way around.
Oh, okay.
She set up a meeting with me and other producers. She's like, you know what? I want to make this movie about, quarantine, because we're all now at home, working from home, doing everything from home. So let's, get our minds together and create something. But we didn't know what to write about, what kind of movie it was going to be. So then we had a meeting and we decided that we're going to try to write something short because we had like a festival that needed a movie and had to be 3 minutes only. So I was like, okay, I'm going to write something, up to 3 minutes. And we agreed there was going to be something kind of scary, like a thriller, I mean, whatever we can do it with 3 minutes, right? It's almost impossible, but so we were in a meeting like we are now. And then I was like, oh, you know what? We can do a thriller where these people are having a happy hour, like a Zoom call happy hour. And then like a thief comes from an open door and just, still like kills this girl and then goes to other houses and start killing everybody. And I don't know, it was just like, let's create something crazy and short and, like scary but fun at the same time. So that's how, it was created.
The good thing about quarantine is that a lot of people have had some really interesting ideas, and the execution of it is also interesting. So I'll ask Bianca, how did you go about executing this film? How was it directing it? I mean, how did you do it?
Oh, directing was amazing. It was very challenging. It was my first time directing, and I was like, oh, but that's kind of interesting because people are in their own homes, but everything's simultaneous at the same time. So I'm like, how can I? So it's kind of like you have to be like respectful to you can't really control what people are doing, and so we try to do the best, like try to get the shots of each person at home and make sure looking good, and it was great because everybody really got in the spirit, it was amazing experience, and yeah.
I have a question for both of you. Actually, the film opens on a very light-hearted note, and then it escalates suddenly into this space where it's thriller and it's on the edge, and then it ends right there. So it kind of leaves the viewer with a sense of incompletion, if I may say. That I want to know more about what is going to happen next. Why did you decide? Why did you decide to finish the film where you have finished it? You could have gone a little further with it.
Well, we did only have the 3 minutes, like Anna mentioned, remember? So we had to squeeze everything in 3 minutes, which we wanted to do longer for sure and give the more, the audience. But yeah.
Yeah, because we made it for this specific film festival that told us, it has to be a 3 minutes movie. So that's why we're like, we could go longer, we could we could go and like go to other houses. Ooh, production. We could go. It's me, I'm always moving and I'm hitting stuff. We could go longer, you know, and make the killer go to other houses and take the other participants of the Zoom call, but we only had 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
So it started kind of like fun, so people would think, oh, it's just a happy hour, they're just getting together, and then it gets darker, you
And
know.
you kind of want to keep that surprise, you know, leave that like, what's happening, and leave that mystery, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good thing is that it leaves the audience with an afterthought. Even when the movie is finished, you're still thinking about it.
That's good. That's the idea.
That's what we
Yeah.
wanted.
Wow.
You wanted you guys to keep thinking about it. Like, hey, we want more.
So, is there plans to make any more parts for this same narrative?
Yeah, we'd love to make a longer version, you know, and maybe eventually even not through Zoom or Rio, right? And what do you think?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, because we have story. You know, we have enough story to make at least. We could make a good like 10 minutes short movie with it. You know. So yeah, as soon as we can, you know, go back to shooting and everything goes to a kind of a new normal, would be a good idea to finish. You know, to make like a bigger version of it.
And how did the casting fall in place?
I'm sorry?
How did the casting of the film fall in place? The actors that you choose for the
Yeah,
roles?
it was a good mix. Most of them are Americans and some are Brazilians who are Brazilians, and they're all living here. So it was like, you know, it was a good mix. We kind of have worked with them before because I'm also a producer. So Anna as well. So yeah, it was great. Like finding them the right people. You know, Neto, the main actress, and all the mystery. Like every single person was essentially short and it was great because they kind of improvised a little bit too, which was part of the, you know, we followed the script, but we wanted them to be who they are, you know, like everybody's home in quarantine having Zoom calls all the time. So it's kind of what people were doing back in the time and still now with the COVID. So it's kind of what we, you know.
So, yeah, are you telling me all these 4 characters that you've chosen to act in the film, they did not know each other before? This was the first time they all came together?
The first time they didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
Because
yeah.
that really doesn't come across in the film. I felt these guys know each other since a very long time. It was so organic.
The only person we knew was Elena.
Yeah, the one that gets killed.
The one that gets killed. Yeah, we knew her. And I think that's it, right? Like
they didn't know each other. It wasn't like their meeting Zoom calls. It was kind of like we made that. There were after so many shots, they were feeling, you know, like they were in a Zoom call, like everybody, you know, having wine and enjoying themselves. Yeah, it's great.
They're really into character, you know, having that wine. Yeah.
Were there any technical difficulties that you faced while finishing this film?
What was the question? What's the technical issues?
Yeah, did you face any technical difficulties while finishing the movie?
Well, it's a lot of a post-production, you know, like when the guy comes inside of the screen, and also it's a lot of post-production. So that was kind of difficult, you know, to make it happen. We have a great person to work with us in post-production. That's what made it, you know, because we had to put all the story together. So editing too is a bit challenge because we only had 3 minutes. That's all the thing, you know, editing very difficult. But yeah, it's amazing that we did it, you know, in the Zoom and filmed it. Amazing. We could live in this technology nowadays.
And I think trying to get, you know, everybody together, like, because we were not able to be there. We were not able to go there and, you know, coordinate everyone and get the right angles. So Bianca had to do everything from, you know, like here, like, okay, go right, go left, you know, cut now. It was different. It was an experimental, you know, thing.
Right. Yeah. In the scene with the main scene was very difficult because we didn't really rehearse that much. We had only 4 days to film because of the deadline. And that scene was like, whoa, like how can you direct? Because with the person another home and somebody else, it was like, wow, you know, we did it. It was amazing how everybody helped each other, you know, and it's a great experience, you know. So
yeah, technology has its advantages and its disadvantages at the same time. Over to you, Riju sir. What do you want to ask?
Yeah, Bianca, I'm quite curious to know. You had mentioned that you shot the film on a smartphone. So how much of the film was actually shot on smartphone, and how much was it shot through your computer or a laptop or a desktop or a webcam, or a CCTV? What is the kind of the equipment that you use to shoot this sequence?
Yeah, from home, the actress shot on smartphones. Where the scenes there before they went to the Zoom, they're on smartphone, which is great technology as well. And Zoom was actually filmed on Zoom. There's a way you can like film on there. So basically the actress they filmed themselves in the cell phone, and then the other part was on Zoom.
So did you do any storyboarding when you started filming this film?
Yeah, me and Ayo helped me with that. She worked on that, and then we were able to do it. So, but because the Zoom was together, everybody was together, right? So it was kind of like, and we had some scenes separate. That's what yeah.
So when we see the sequence where all the friends are there on the monitor, like we are right now talking, and you have those squares and everybody is there on the screen, was that part of a VFX, or that's an actual shoot through a Zoom?
Yes, shoot through a Zoom.
Through Zoom, yeah.
That's an actual shoot. So which means that requires a lot of coordination between the actors who are at different places. Were they in the same location, or were they acting, performing, or connected to the Zoom from different locations?
They're from different locations.
Different locations. Yeah, we're like 6, 7, 8 locations, including the producer, the writer, the director. It was like 8 locations.
And the mystery person was another extra person, right? And
yes. I had to play the mystery.
The hand model. You were playing the hand model.
The writer, she plays that one too. Yeah.
So it's very interesting to know that so many people from different 7, 8 locations working on the same project in a film, and you're filming them through a Zoom app, which requires amazing amount of coordination and the clarity and the understanding between the team members. Of course, yes, yes. Being a writer, you absolutely pointed out right that you need a lot of patience. I'm sure there must have been instances where people didn't understand what you were talking about or what you're trying to do. Were there some kind of conflicts on these issues?
Well, I mean, it was challenging because of the timing, and it's almost like a reality show you're leaving, like, because this person's gonna say that, but I think we in the end we made it, right, Anna? We made it like
yeah, because I remember that at some parts people, they're like, okay, what do I do now? How can I interact with that person up on my screen? And so we had to kind of pause everything and then, rehearsal again, like, hey, now you're going to do this because of that. Now someone is going to knock at the door. So, make sure you are waiting for.
So how much? Yes. So what was the prep time you took?
Prep time. We had a lot of production coordinating, right? Mostly it was a production.
I would say 3 days, right, of like shooting plus all the coordination before.
Yeah, like a week, I guess. Like I think it was a total week with like finding cast, production, which I produced too. So it was like a whole like a lot of work, but it was everything a week. Yeah.
Also because it was a short thing, as a 3 minutes movie, like. Right. It takes planning, of course, takes time, but it doesn't take as long as, a 15, 20 minutes movie or an hour movie.
Exactly. I mean, in fact, someone rightly said that it's very difficult to make a film in the minimal time, and convey a story and the characters and generate that much interest in the audience to keep watching it. And like Sahitya says, that you keep thinking even after the film has gotten over. So I think that's an amazing, what do you say, a talent to make a film like that. I mean, to make a long film where you have 2 hours or 3 hours or 1 hour or 45 minutes to depict a story. You have that ground to build everything and the time factor. But in 3 minutes, you have to say so many things, and you have introduced so many characters on just one screen, which is, I think, the credit goes to the writer for that. And you've got all different characters. They're very different from each other,
Right.
which is very interesting. And uh, uh, how did Bianca step in the film? I mean, did you take the script to her, or all evolved both together? Like you said, you wanted to make the film for the festival. So were you both involved right from the beginning together?
Yeah,
So
we
what?
beginning we're working together because like I said, the idea came. I had the idea of doing it, and then we're together, and I'm like, Anna, we should do this, and we're like complimenting me, Anna and I were complimenting each other's idea. So it was great that like we end up coming up with this idea together, and then Anna, it's like she's like, okay, let me make the characters, she made the story, happen. So
Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me take some time. Like, we have this festival, we have 3 minutes. It's gonna be a Zoom call. Let's see what I can do, you know? But the thing that I always say is that you can only write well and have ideas if you read. Like, you have to be a reader. If you want to be a writer, if you want to make movies, you have to first of all read. You need to read, 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 and read. Because then you always have,
Yes.
different characters, you have scenarios, you have places and people. They're always in your head, because you're always in that world.
yeah.
So Bianca, you've done Bachelor in Communications, and you've been a reporter with some TV channels or news reporting. How did you step into the arena of fiction?
I live in Los Angeles, and I'm like, I'm a journalist. I've done communications, which is study film as well. And I'm like, I should really start meeting people that they're working fiction. I'm like, I'm gonna try this. So I started working on one film called Man Camp, and then later I produced Brazil My Love, also with Anna. She was one of the producers, and other films started coming. Like you started meeting people. Then I worked in a documentary called Child of Nature, was also one of the producers, and it's just amazing how just following my lap, and I kind of each day I my passion it's like I'm more passionate about it. And then I just worked another short film as well called Windows to the World, and it was amazing just directing, like kind of getting this other side of the filmmaking too. Like it was really interesting. I loved it, and through Zoom, which amazing cast. So yeah, it was interesting journey. To this day, I still do the journalism, and it's important, I think, to be aware of different, be able to try different things.
So, what is the area you are now enjoying more? Do you want to go back to the reporting, or you want to continue directing for fiction?
Right now, I'm actually doing some my journalism stories, which I'm kind of like the directing is helping me. I think in general, because I'm a journalist as well, so I'm having the directing perspective. So I'm like I love documentaries too. So I think I'm very driven for documentaries and news segments. But I also love fiction, and I'm open, because you have to tell a story a little different, and I love it. Anna, it's a big fiction, so it's good partner with her, and like and working project with her because she loves it. It's her thing, and I love it too. So I'm open right now. I think we're living a world that we need new stories, we need new ideas. So
Uh, we've lost Anna. I think
oh
she has lost her video.
oh
She's gone. So we'll continue with you. How is it working? The comparison between as a journalist and as a director. What are the differences? Are there any difficulties that you face in the switchover?
you say in this short film in general, or in general?
In general, yeah.
Oh, in general, I think journalism is dealing with people, interviewing people, getting to know people. So the directing is kind of like this similar. You almost like you have to analyze the people and like kind of like get to know who they are. So I love work with people. So I think it actually helped. But of course, I think it helped a lot. And it's back.
I'm back. I
Yes.
don't know what I lost
Yes.
audio. Like
It's just like your film that somebody keeps
I know.
popping into on the screen and out.
Be careful, somebody's coming behind your door.
Yes. I sincerely wish and suggest that you must make a longer version of this story. You must develop these characters and have thrash out a full-fledged story, maybe into a feature. It can really do wonders.
We should do one in India with Indian actors.
Of course,
Right,
yes, we are always
mainly
there.
because it is-
Sahitya is a wonderful actor. You
Yeah,
can,
because
yes,
we can do it right now.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
I
give us
wish.
the cue. Just tell us what to do. We'll start doing it right away.
Exactly. So, Anna, tell us something about you. We've known about Bianca because she has put her profile with us, but we don't have much information about you, how you got into the writing.
Right. Just so let you guys know, I have a call in 40 seconds, so I'm gonna try to be, short and concise.
Precise, yes.
Very
Absolutely.
okay. So I graduated in literature and language 20 years ago. So I've always been into literature, writing, all that stuff. And then when I moved to LA, I study cinema here, production, writing, all the development. And I was like, okay, this is it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write. And also, because here you have to kind of know how to do a little bit of everything. So I'm going to write and produce, and that was how it all got together, literature, writing, teaching. So that's what I do for a living now. I write all day and read. I read and write all day. That's it. So yeah, pretty much in 30 seconds, that's it. So my life is.
So that's great. We look forward to some more interesting stories coming from you. And I'm sure you have a wonderful director with you to support you. I'm sure Bianca would be directing some more of your stories, the characters that you create.
Yeah. Keep an eye for us. You're going to hear about us.
I want a picture of us before she goes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
We can
And definitely a story for India.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Okay, guys, thank you so
All right.
much. I'll let Bianca finish. And
Yeah,
then
Yes.
we'll keep in touch. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna, for giving your time to us.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Anna.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that Anna is gone,
Okay.
tell us about the conflicts that you have with her.
Yeah, the was that. I'm like, yeah, I feel that. But because script, when you write, and then how can you do that in a screen with 6 people? What you wrote in a piece of paper. Now it's like, okay, the paper's here. Now the
Exactly.
they're like a reality show almost. Like, how am I gonna deal with it? Okay, each person, that's why all the actors, it was very important that they had to do their own, they had to really trust themselves. And I was there to help them, like, to believe that, who they are, and like, let's do this, Yeah, it's great. It was a lot of fun.
So, Bianca, what has been your most cherished work that you have done till so far?
Most challenge. The directing was very challenging because it was the first time. It was, and also through Zoom. That's something that, because producing, journalism, it's something that I have more familiarity. I've been producing different things. So like when I come to directing, I was like, whoa, it was a very challenging. And then since then, I've been more into like looking at the directors and kind of like understand from that angle as well, so I can like keep learning. I think that's always important. Just keep learning. I don't know what's gonna be like. What's my next project? But like I produced all the things already since then. But it's important to like just keep pursuing, and there's a lot of challenge in general, but yeah.
So you keep producing these short films and micro short films or the documentaries. What are the kind of platforms that you have where you can display your work?
We had one called Filmocracy that we're looking to having there some of the projects. I actually would love to hear more about you guys. I think you have a platform as well, right? Or
Yeah.
So so there right now the good thing is there's a lot of new online platforms, right? So that's amazing. That I think that helps the producers in general, like oh, now my short film can be seen in a virtual online. That was amazing that I could. The first one was Filmocracy, that I had all my friends from different countries and all my family, seeing what the work I've done. And I think that's the new technology that we're facing right now, and everything's changing. So I think it's it's a good thing. And so there's some online streaming that I'm looking to for quarantine, and I'd love to know more about it. And maybe YouTube one day, but
Yeah, and how do you monetize your work when you're streaming on these platforms? Do they give you sufficient returns on your investment?
so far I haven't yet. I'm applying for it. I'm not officially, like, we're quarantine still like a new kind of short film, so we're still getting to know the platforms. So I'm still like searching, like shopping. Yeah. Yeah. So, but I'd love to
Okay.
other people could see it in India and everywhere. That's my main goal, like Brazil, United States, Europe. That's where I try to. I have
Yeah.
my own production company in Los Angeles. So that's
Yeah.
more about the concept, like having the world uniting, and also the Child of Nature, the documentary was one of the producers. Was the journalists are Indian, and they're
Okay.
amazing. They're, it's a story with these girls and people from all over the world uniting each other. And that's kind of what my beliefs are, that we have to unite through technology or through ideologies,
Like we at Lifft India, we have started our own YouTube channel, and which is where we will be putting up this interview. Um,
Right.
And we have also started accepting films by other film directors, young film directors who are looking for a platform. And we're offering our YouTube channel as a platform to display their film on a profit share basis. So, do you think that's a good idea? And would you be open for this kind of a platform to share your film on?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah. You said YouTube? It's like a YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that'd be
Yes,
great.
yes, we have a Lifft India YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So if we display your film on the YouTube and if it generates any money, then we share the profits with you.
Yeah. That'd be great. Yeah. Let's do that.
Yes, and it has as the widest reach so far. YouTube. I mean, no other, even the OTT does not have this kind of wider reach that YouTube has.
The what you say?
The wider reach. Um,
Oh,
the YouTube reaches has a maximum reach
oh,
globally, world
okay.
over.
Yeah.
Uh,
How's the audience so far? How's your audience for YouTube? Good? Do you have good
it,
focus?
it is doing good and it is picking up, and because we've recently launched and started, and now we are activating it because we've got feedback from the filmmakers like you who are looking at newer platforms. And since this is a festival, so it is connecting to the world and people, filmmakers, or the audience around the world. So it is picking up. Uh, so we are have contemplated and putting our opening our YouTube channel to the filmmakers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. I think everybody will be happy. The cast, I hope they're here today, but it's kind of early, 8:30 a.m. But they were excited. Everybody was, and then how can we see our short? Is that something in the festival that we can see, watch?
No, what we have done is we are not screening the film as yet on online because see your film is not released, and if we show it online, then we are always riding a risk of you know giving out your film online for the video pirates and for screen grabbing and all. So obviously we have not done that, and there are no permissions right now to screen films over here in the theater, and there are no audiences, in fact. So what we did is that's why we are having an interview with the directors and generating that curiosity and intrigue about the film, so that people get interested in watching these films somewhere, somehow. And we, of course, your film is nominated for the Lifft India Award, and there would be the awards. And we are hoping that next year in 2021, we will be able to screen some of our officially selected films or the nominated films, and especially the award-winning films. We would like to screen them in 2021 when the world opens up, when the theaters open up. That's when the audience can trickle in. Definitely we will be screening the film then. But in the meantime, of course, we are opening our YouTube channel to the filmmakers. If they are willing to put up their films on our YouTube channel, then we welcome them, and they can take away all the profit which is being shared.
Okay, yeah.
We can work out those details.
Okay, great, guys. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it was so I'm looking forward to hearing the news. Who is the winner?
Yeah, but let me tell you that all the films which have been selected for the festival are mind-blowing, and our jury has got a very tough time in picking which one is the best. It's like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Every film is equally good.
Probably, yeah, a lot of
it's a lot of hard work. And this man that you see there, Sahitya, he is the guy, for having picked up these beautiful films. And thank you for sharing this beautiful film with us, Bianca.
Guys, as well. I'm happy that India, that you guys we're all together. I'm very happy. Yeah.
Yes, and internet is made the world smaller.
What's that?
The internet has made the world smaller.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's good that we can connect. Amazing. I love it. Can we let me know how can I watch this later? Okay.
Yes, I will share the link. You can go onto YouTube. You can click Lifft India YouTube channel, and you will get it. You can subscribe to the channel, so you'll get all the updates on whatever is there on the channel. I will anyway be emailing you the link of our channel.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for having us, and it was great again for the opportunity.
Same here.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.